Welcome to the first episode of the After Hours. This is Emmy.
Hello.
How's your love life?
Guys, it's been quite the interesting year.
Date them
older.
That part too. What are red flags and green flags in guys?
Red flags. Definitely if you're rude to your server. Or your mother. Okay, I don't want to see you yelling at your mother. Littering. You're like, oh, it's fine, it's a gum wrapper. No, I don't like that. When you're asking me out and you say, oh, let's hang out. No. The bare minimum is a poster and flowers. Thank you.
Yeah. And opening doors for your lady. Like any lady.
Any door.
Any
lady.
Any
Yes.
door, any woman.
Yes, I agree.
Being rude to old folks.
That makes me mad. Yeah.
That makes me so mad. Like, what did they do to you? They're just trying to exist for that year.
Judging other people. Being mean to kids. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like when people are like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know. Green flags, I guess. Green.
Flag. When you're the oldest child, when you're the oldest sibling,
What?
when you're the, I don't know, I've dated the youngest sibling or I've dated like middle kids, hated it. When you're the oldest sibling, there's something about it, especially if you have like several younger siblings or you have like younger sisters. I don't know, there's just something about you. Even like if you don't date them, like guys or guys that you're friends with that like have younger siblings and that they're the oldest, most respectful people you will ever meet. I don't know why, but I love it. That's a whenever I'm talking to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I'm the oldest of like 4 siblings.
Yeah, you have my heart.
Correct. Yeah, like, you can do no wrong in my eyes at that point.
Yeah.
There's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. Sarcasm.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
elaborate on that.
Let me elaborate. Okay. If I'm being sarcastic and you just look at me like I'm stupid, that's gonna make me mad because I know I'm funny, like sarcastically funny. I know I'm funny. But like if you can match the sarcasm with sarcasm correctly, I like that. That's
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, not just
that,
sarcasm and like you're being disrespectfully sarcastic,
Okay.
or like you're sarcastic all the time, but like you know.
Ooh. Guys or women, sorry. Guys or women.
Men and women.
Men and women. Who like just match your vibe. Like you have people who like equal to your vibe, but like someone who can like go above and beyond with your like 20 million different personalities.
Or that can get you to like kind of expand your personality. Like
You were talking about
expanding. That was me, my bad. Like expanding your personality, like if I'm shy or like I'm kind of in a new place, but like I see like my friend is like acting like kind of low-key kind of acting a fool. And I know, you know what, I'm gonna act a fool, and then from there, like I feel like you guys kind of just like open up, and then you guys kind of like match the vibe. That to me is such a green flag because it's like I know I feel safe acting like that with you. Bringing flowers, like not for me, but like for your if you have a little sister, like for your little sister, or like even for your mom too, on like Easter, Christmas, all of that stuff. Like anytime that like you would get me something, it doesn't even have to be like a gift for them because obviously, you know, money. But like just like the thought of like flowers, you know,
like caring, like they know,
like including the family.
Yeah, including the family, so the family doesn't feel not necessarily left out, but like appreciated.
Yeah, like they're included, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to know about my apartment situation.
Okay, yes.
Okay, May 30th, I believe, I moved out to my own place. And basically, let's just say like my living situation was a little rough. I lived with my mom my whole life, and then I moved to my dad's house. No communication with my mom and that side of the family for about 4 years. Finally got connection back with my mom. Something happened at my dad's house. I moved in with my mom again. And then I was like, I don't want to go through another part 2 at my mom's house from the first reason why I went to my dad's house. So I've been thinking about moving out ever since I was like a little kid, basically, like when I was 12, to have my own space so I don't have to keep getting kicked out, couch surfing and whatnot, living in my car, whatnot. I found a person who basically has a credit score that can get me an apartment. And he he is my roommate. Love him to death. No, we aren't together.
Okay.
That was your
that was
question,
my
yeah.
biggest question was.
No, we aren't together. It is a 1-bedroom apartment though. But how that works is that our couch that we have in our living room is a pull-out bed. He sleeps there, and I have the room because this apartment was supposed to be for me. And he was going through a lot too, and I was like, well, the least I can do for you signing my lease was for you to at least stay.
Yeah.
He's very, very sweet. He makes dinner every night. He's a very clean person.
Praise Jesus.
Yes. He works, so he helps out, he basically helps out with the bills and groceries, and I take care of the rent. Rent's not that much, but while he does that, because he also has his car payment, insurance payment, and all that, he helps out with the main stuff, and I help out with the rent. And then if I need like a couple extra bucks because I'm behind on rent or behind on like the payment, he sends me that. So it works out at the end. There's that, and I have a pool, which is lovely. I haven't used it yet, so I'm excited to use it that one day. It's your little question. I'm not together with him.
Is that like not? Is it like not right now because everything is so crazy, or is that like not a thing that you see happening?
It's not a thing that I see happening. It's more of like, oh, we kind of had the same situation of.
It was just like luck of timing.
Yeah, it was luck of timing that is what happened, and he fully agreed to like sign my lease and put his name in all the paperwork. And even if he didn't want to move in, I still would have paid the rent and all whatnot. But he explained his situation as well, and I was just like, I won't talk about his situation. He'll probably be in a future podcast if we do one, to talk about his situation, but that is not my place to talk about. So point given is like, we found each other at the right time to do this, and I'm very, very grateful for it. Some questions that I do get asked a lot is why I did it is because of family stuff, and then other questions is like, how did I do it, or how am I like doing it with a part-time job? It's not necessarily like the money, because I could care less about money, but I'm more of a person that I like my peace enough to keep it. Yes, it is a little scary at first when we first got in, because we did worry about like how are we gonna pay for blah blah. But when we combined our checks together and we make enough to pay our rent, pay both of our car parts, buy groceries every 2 weeks, whatnot. Because we both work a lot, so we're never really home to actually like buy a full fridge of groceries if we're not going to be there to eat it and it goes to waste. We don't eat out. Yeah, that's a little everything about it.
When you texted me and you were like, oh yeah, like we can go swim at the apartment, and I was like, I had no clue you had moved out, so I was curious to see what that was gonna look like and everything.
Yeah.
Did your parents know you were moving? Like, did your mom know you were moving out, or you just kind of did your own thing?
My original plan was I was gonna move out at 18, but with that, most places only take people who had credit scores, which I don't have a credit score unless, of course, I get a credit card or sign up for one. So when I moved to my mom's house, I think like 2 weeks or 1 week after staying with her, me and my roommate, at the time were kind of talking about it. It was like, just save enough money, try to stay there, not get kicked out or don't get yourself into trouble, and basically fight through everything, because at the time my brother was still picking on me there. And like when I say picking on me, I don't mean like regular siblings like picking on each other. I mean like saying things that shouldn't be said and then escalating from there. So I think like 2 or 3 weeks living with them, I finally told my mom like, hey, I found a place. I'm waiting on if we get approved or not. She was sad because she did just get me back, and you can tell she's different towards me, but at the same time, she's the same person when I was living there. So when I was living there, she was like all kind and nice to me, but all my other siblings she would get fussy with and whatnot. So I was like, I really don't want to stay here, but I had to keep like pushing through it every day and try not to be home as often. I ended up packing all my stuff from my dad's house. My dad didn't know. I went back to my dad's house to pack real quick. I put everything in my car, put everything upstairs at my mom's house. And then when we got approved, I think like 2 or 3 days later, I finally moved all my stuff into my apartment. And my mom was just kind of shocked, and she kind of got a little mad because I didn't tell her anything. I didn't tell her where the place was or if I'm gonna be okay or who's my roommate. It was not to be rude, it was just for like safety reasons.
Self-preservation.
Yeah. It was for me moving out, it was for my peace, my own sake. And I to this day I still haven't told anybody where I live, only because there was another situation that happened of, let's just say, an ex stalking me.
Did I hear about this?
I don't think so. An ex stalking me. So I've been
We're just finding out everything.
Yeah. So I've been keeping my guard up a little bit and living, but at the end of the day, I have my peace. I love it. I think if anybody's in a situation where you want to get out of, your time will come. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
But I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So, little backstory. We'll call him.
You already know what I want to call him, but like,
We'll call him Boulder. We'll call him Boulder. She knows why. Or yeah, we'll call him Boulder. So Boulder and I, this breakup basically, very very toxic. She can say it all. Me and him dated for probably a little over a year, most likely, like closer to 2 years. It was a very like towards the end of the relationship. This breakup
not healthy.
took longer than it should have. Our problems started around September of 2025. April. No, February? January, March. I think March. Sorry, March. March 2026.
Yeah, that's what I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, March 26th.
Yeah.
Okay. So this relationship was once it got to the end, it was an on and off one. We broke up, we got back together, we broke up, we got back together. It was a cycle. And
trust me, I told her no. She didn't want to listen.
The only reason why I stood with him, and no matter how bad his anger issues were or how bad anything was, it's because I did love him.
That's so cute.
But when we're both in wrestling, so I think it was our senior night.
Yeah, it was. 'Cause I left early.
Yeah, it was our senior night, and I didn't have a match, so I left early as well. And he
I
was
think you left
there.
before I did.
Yeah, he was there, and my little brother was there. We all decided that we wanted to go eat, and at first we had chose Denny's because it was late at night, and we thought that was the only thing open. But it was like probably 8 or 9, no 8, it was around there somewhere.
Yeah, you left an hour after I did.
Yeah, and then my brother wanted seafood, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? I at the time worked at a seafood place. He Boulder did not like where I worked at for his reasons. So he didn't want to go, and I just basically told him like, hey, it's okay. You could just drop us off if you don't want to go. Like I respected him, but
Also, it's senior night, and it's not about you.
yeah,
That's my
Kinda-
take.
kinda
That's my
thing.
take.
So he he got pissed off. He got really, really pissed off. And keep in mind, my brother was in the car. He was driving, I was in the passenger seat. Denny's was, and where my workplace was, there's a like long road. It's called 1960. And he has to cross over this way. So with our lights, it's like the cars coming this way, turning this way, has to like yield until all these cars pass. Same thing going this way.
Wait, and he was driving?
Yes, he was driving. So he was trying to go straight, and there was a car basically trying to turn. The car who was trying to turn basically had the right of way because he did get there before us, and
You're supposed to yield too.
We were supposed to yield as well. He decided to zoom. He hit like the gas and basically almost T-boned us on my brother's side, and I got pissed off. I had a valid reason to get pissed off.
Well, yeah, he almost killed your brother.
Yeah. So he basically thought that I was trying to attack him, his words. And
Attack, buddy! You almost wrecked her car.
So he got even more pissed off, and I was like, okay. So I basically not begged him, but I basically asked to come in with us to the seafood place and eat with us because it is my senior night. I would like to enjoy something with my boyfriend at the time, blah blah. But he said no. So me and my brother walked in. We sat down in the booth that I like, and then like probably 10 minutes later, he walks in. But she can tell you that every time someone passes him or looks at him, he just looks.
He
mad.
has an issue. Yeah,
he just looks mad.
He has RBF. I have RBF, but like this man's RBF is like he'll actually act on it.
Yeah. So he looked pissed when he walked in those doors. He did not say a single word. I tried cheering him up. I tried telling him everything, like, hey, what's wrong? Like, I tried giving him the reassurance that I could. And, like, I wasn't, then basically telling him that I'm not mad at you, but the only reason why I got heated and mad was because my little brother was in the car. We left. Next day comes in. I had to work that day. And the owner and the manager pulls me aside to like a back booth because it was like the morning shift, a back booth where people weren't sitting, and basically like, hey, we need to talk.
Who's eating seafood in the morning?
We open at 12. They open at 12.
Oh, okay.
So they started talking to me, basically trying to convince me to break up with this guy, saying that they've seen like, because the owner, she is a bellsman person, which she bells people out, blah blah, and that's like kind of like her job besides being an owner. And she was like, I've seen cases like this before where I would bell someone out and they would beg that they're innocent, that they won't do it again, but then they go back doing it again and they get locked right back up. He basically said that even if he doesn't put hands on me right now, he will in the future. And that's kind of what drew the line. And I was like,
that's a scary reality.
Yeah, and I was like, because I grew up with that. I grew up with my family abusing me, so it was kind of scary. And I was just like, hey, I don't want things to escalate. I think we should break up. So I've talked to his parents before about how he has a lot of anger issues that, like, out of my control, where there's so much I can do to help him.
This is if he wants to be helped.
Yeah. So she basically said to call his mom or text his mom, talking about how I feel. And if he ends up texting you, cussing you out, then that's your answer. So I texted his mom. Keep in mind, I didn't want to text his mom because I know he's a mommy's boy. But I'm just saying, like,
If your mommy believes you can do no wrong, there is a problem.
Yeah.
That behavior.
learns it from the best.
I know. I've been eating this whole time. I'm really like having on the edge of my seat here.
I texted his mom saying how his anger issues had gotten out of control, that I'm scared that he's gonna lash out on me one day, that it hasn't got to the point yet, but basically telling her how I feel. He ends up texting me saying, you just make this worse for us, why'd you text my mom, blah blah, this,
Well, because she's
that.
talked to you and you don't want to
then-
listen.
And then his mom was defending him, saying, oh, well, if he didn't hit you, then I think y'all should be fine. But
I
if
think
he's
not.
but if he scares you that much, then why are you in this relationship? And I'm like,
Well, I tried to end it, and he straight up told me
I
no.
was like, what? So that gave me my answer. We went on a break, but then we got back together, and this is where the on and off kind of goes for him. We were,
Mind you, she told me she got back together and him, and I was like, did we learn nothing?
so we got back together
So-
for a concert and a cruise, because we had a concert and a cruise in the same month. Got back together, then found out he basically cheated on me, and then all that happened. So that's a little backstory of it.
Logic was it wasn't cheating because they were gonna be on a break, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Fast forward to like when we officially broke up, no communication at all. I got a new job, I got a new car, I got a new place to live, new lifestyle from what he left me with. Didn't know a single thing. Like, he knew, like, he would check up on me here and there. And the last time he checked up on me, we only found out that, like, he got a new job and then I got a new job, but I didn't tell him where. He asked where so he can avoid the place. But I still didn't tell him where, because where I work somewhere where me and him never talked about the interest. Like, we never had interest in it throughout the whole relationship. Like, the 2 years that we've known each other, the 2 years we dated, we never talked about a single thing. It was a Monday where I worked the morning shift, left, and then I was gonna go back for the night shift to go play with people. After I left, I walked in like an hour later, and it was packed a little bit, but it wasn't too packed. I stood by the first table looking at their game, what they were playing, talking to them. And then, like that feeling where someone's staring at you,
But you can't figure out who it is?
Yeah.
Yep.
that's the feeling. So I look up and I start looking around. Then I see his eyes, right? And I was like, oh, like, I really, really, really hated that moment so much. Ran to like the office, and my boss was there, and I was kind of spilling like everything. He was like, well, I can't do anything if, one, you don't have a restraining order, and two, we look bad on the business. So I walk back to the front and I sit down basically, and I start playing in a pod. And
What are you,
they walk out like probably an hour or two later. Keep in mind, when we had the conversation of when I find like if you tell me where you work at, I will try to avoid that place. So the first day I was okay with, like, I didn't care. Yes, it freaked me out. How the fuck did you find me? But like, I didn't care.
Also, like, if you guys were to know him and to see him, it is like just completely out of his aesthetic.
Yeah.
It was like you were low-key kind of looking for something, and you were like, no. Back
Yeah.
off.
Next day, I was working. Him and those two friends walk in again. What happened to when I find out where you work, you're gonna avoid that? But no, he decided to show up the next day as well.
Crazy doesn't listen.
He decided to show up the next day as well. that's when it kind of drew the line, and I was like, okay. That night, he texted me. Then he wait, he texted me all that, right? Next day, my boss texts me saying, "Is this your ex and his friend?" And it's a picture of our reviews, our store reviews, but it's a bad review. After that, after like my boss kind of scared him away, saying that we were gonna get enforcements like involved and report you to like the Google review thing. He kind of
W
stopped.
boss, by the way.
He stopped communicating with me. He blocked me. He hasn't showed up since. And when I moved, I was just kind of scared, and I'm still kind of a little scared to like for him to show up because how did you find me there?
I'll give you
And
a Nerf gun to take home.
yeah, and she also knows stories like where I used to talk about how he would find me random places without having my location and whatnot.
Like, I don't, in that whole thing, I don't even know where to start. That's crazy, dude. Okay, restraining order?
Oh, so I was gonna get a restraining order, and I still want to. The only thing I don't
I'll
want
be
to
your
do.
lawyer, don't even play.
The only thing I don't want to do is go to court for this.
Wow.
And I really do want to get this restraining order because he's not gonna stop until he's just gonna keep going until a restraining order happens.
And then just like what I know on like the background of all of that, like crazy. I'm happy you're out of it though. As long as it did take I mean, we live and we learn and we're not going back to crazy.
Someone who's watching that is going through a situation like that,
Leave!
please
Leave!
leave. To not be as stupid as I was. Not calling y'all stupid, but not be as slow as I was.
Like, don't
And
move as slowly.
stay in that relationship. Like, because everyone was right who told me that he's going to end up getting abusive with those anger issues. If he doesn't want help, if that guy does not want help,
Or they're not willing to change.
if they're not willing, not saying like you have to change your person, but if they're not willing to change for you for the topic of having those bad anger issues,
just being better
leave.
for you in general. Because then it turns, let's say like I was in a similar situation. And as stupid as it sounds, marriage was like something that we talked about. I date for marriage. I don't date just to date. I date for marriage. So when the topic came up and I had really looked at it after I had dumped him, it was like, dang. Like right then and there, it was just me. But imagine like we did, like it was further than that, or like we had kids or whatever. Like you're not gonna do that to kids. Like you know what I mean? Like you have to be careful about who you pick. Because you never really know what it's going to look like in the future. Also, if you will, it's like it's the same thing. I'm not saying that like men are dogs, but like it's like the same thing with having like an aggressive pet. Like if you're gonna let your dog be aggressive and everything,
yeah,
like you have to correct the behavior, set the boundaries, correct the behavior, understand like this may just, if he doesn't want to change and he's not willing to be better for you in that, in the matter of your safety and your well-being, then it's not worth your time. As tough as that pill is to swallow, it doesn't even always have to be physically. Like it is verbal and emotional. Mine definitely was. And so it's hard. Like
if your mental health is going downhill, get out of the relationship.
it's never worth it.
Your peace is so much more worth than you actually think, and I didn't know that until I got out of my relationship.
It's never worth your peace or your mental preservation. I'm a very like religious person. So I know that like if at the end, like if I prayed on something really hard and it happened in a very hard, rough way, and I'm still facing those consequences of being involved with something that I shouldn't have been involved with. And so it is really interesting to see how everything will work itself out. But I truly believe that like if it's meant to be, you're always gonna have to fight for a relationship, but it is never gonna put you in the God is never gonna put you in the position to where it is hurting you physically or mentally when you're involved with someone who is equally yoked. Like I should never be with a man of God and he is beating me on the daily. But if someone is firm in their faith and I am firm with mine, I am never going to have the issue of him disrespecting me, whether that's emotionally, physically, verbally. I'm never going to have that. When you're in a relationship that is God-centered, I truly, it's really hard to explain because I don't want to give the wrong idea of like, I am never going to have issues because I'm in a God-centered relationship. That is not what you're going to say. But you're never going to run into the issues of where you're going to have a very worldly relationship. Like, if I'm in a God-centered relationship, we have the same values, we have the same understanding of like, hey, these are my boundaries and I expect you to abide by that. And if you can't do that, obviously we'll have those tough conversations. But at the end of the day, if I pray on it and I feel like God is telling me, hey, this really isn't for you, then that's it.
That also leads to the fact where, do you love yourself? If a man does not love himself, or a woman does not love themselves, why are you in a relationship? If you can't love yourself, what makes you think you can love other people? Same thing goes with the 50-50 rule. If your partner gives you 50%, you need to give the other 50%. If you know you can't give your full 50% or your full 100%, that's where communication comes into key. Talk to them that like, hey, today is not my best day. I can probably give 10% in a relationship. If it's the right partner, they will step up and give you that other 90%.
And that's in anything, I feel like, even in friendships. Like, there's somebody that I'm not friends with anymore, and we've been friends with for a really long time. And I was always going out of my way to do things for her and to show her like how I supported her and how I felt about her. But when it came publicly, like to show other, like when we were friends with, we run into very different circles, but like I always try to make sure that she was included with my friends, and everybody got along and everything. And it's hard because I was a part of so many different friend groups. Like I had the wrestling team at the time. I was also in orchestra. I had friends in my advanced classes. So like obviously everybody has a different group, and so I try my best to fit everything together. And when it came to her, I was trying so hard to make sure that she was included and that they were included, that everybody was getting along. And I was giving my 50%, and everybody was kind of matching that. But like she was very self-centered in the way that like she couldn't really adhere to that other 50%. And there are going to be days where I have really bad days. And I mean, Jocelyn and I have had like, we've been friends for a while, and there have been days, like she can tell you, like where I was not at all giving my 50%. And she was like, you know what, like, let's talk about it. And let's talk about what's going on. That way, like, I can help you be better. And it's the same thing in relationships. Like, you are always going to find some, like, I might be at 80%, and he might be at like a 10 or a 20 or whatever. And that's a conversation that you guys need to have. Conversation that like you guys need to have is where like when I'm having a really good day and you're having a really bad day, what do you need from me? Or vice versa. Same thing in friendships. Like if I'm always going out of my way and I'm trying to communicate like, hey, I don't really feel seen, or I really don't feel like you're communicating with me very well. Is there something that I did, or maybe there's like a different way to go about this? And it's hard because there are going to be times where like they just don't want to talk, and at that point you kind of just have to leave it alone, because it's draining to always be going above and beyond but have nothing in return. Like it was this person's birthday, and I texted her happy birthday, got her this really cool gift, and I went to see her because we go to the same school, and I went to see her, and I was like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. She was with another one of her friends. I was like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. She was posting about her birthday outfit, super excited about it. I was going to tell her outfit looked really nice and everything. And she just kind of like looked me up and down and was like, thanks, I guess, and just left me all there by myself, right? And it's hard because, and that was particularly frustrating to me because I always went above and beyond for her to make sure that she was comfortable, because to me, like, if I really care about you, I will always put your needs before mine. And that was what this was. Is we had been friends for so long that I always put her before I put myself. When it came into whatever we were doing, I always thought about her. I always tried to do my best for her. She would hold me accountable when when I wasn't being the best that I could be, like me as a person, or also in that friendship. And I tried to do the same with her, because there were sometimes that, like, hey, like, I noticed like this, or I really don't feel like you care, or or like you really do pick me up and put me down whenever it's convenient for you, and I don't deserve to feel like anybody's second option. And it's not a matter of you can't have friends, or you can't hang out with other people, you can't have other interests. No, I'm here for your interests. I love to talk about your interests, but I don't think that you should just shut it down because it's not interesting to you, or it's not fun for you, or you don't run in the same circle, whatever. Like, I don't run in your same circle, but I was always there for you and everything, and I was always there for whatever you needed help with, and I was always there to listen, even if I didn't really, get along with those people or that group, or anything. And so the 50-50 rule can apply to a lot of things. And I feel like it is important that you surround yourself that like, hey, like, you can have an open communication with, and on the days where you just don't feel, good enough to be you, or put the effort in, that, like, hey, this is where I'm at. I want to let you know, so you don't think, hey, I'm being distant, or hey, I'm pulling away, all of these things, so you can kind of help me be, like, kind of meet me where I'm at, type of thing, if I explained that correctly.
Yeah, that was very good to explain with that. If you have a similar experience in any of this, or you're going through something that we didn't talk about, feel free to reach out to me or her. I'll probably at her. We're very sweet people. We care a lot.
We also probably have dealt with it.
Yeah, I've gone through hell and back.
I've been with it.
Yeah. So I'm a very understanding person. Do not be scared. If you know you don't have anybody to talk to, open up to us. If you want us to share your story because you can't, we'll feel free.
Yeah. First time that we're doing anything like this, so this is kind of, obviously it's something for us fun to do, because we're friends, but like, it's also like a why not, like, kind of thing, like, why not talk about it?
Because if we can help somebody out, even if it's just one person, then that's,
or if, like, you feel seen enough,
yeah, that's still a huge accomplishment than just like, hey. But even not, like,
it's just fun, laugh at it.
Yeah. You can,
like, we know we're dumb.
like, we know that we talk about, we can be funny at one point, and then we can go into something like this and have a really sit down a serious conversation of stuff that we've gone through. To do something like this, we have to understand each other. Other than that, I think we can save the rest for a second episode.
Episode 2. After hours.
Love y'all, bye.
Bye-bye.